It's time now for the Peter Channel Morning News on this Tuesday morning, June 7th, 2016. Good morning to you all. This lovely Tuesday morning, June 7th, 2016. There are your news and odds on our top side at 7 o'clock is voters in California head to the polls today. Contests will also be held in Montana, New Jersey, New Mexico, North Dakota, and South Dakota. Istanbul, a car bomb ripped by the police bus in central Istanbul during the morning rush hour on Tuesday killed 11 people and wounded 36 near the main tourist district at Major University and the mayor's office. The media paid attention when a California judge sentenced a convicted sex offender to just 60 months in jail time last week after prosecutors asked for the years in the state prison. When it's time to say goodbye, she was given a nearest farewell. Firefighters rescued workers led the sidewalk as her body, dripping the American was carried out as last known survivor. That search and rescue dog laid to rest. Miami, Robinson called Bay left fall overnight to Norfolk, Florida. Now moving out Atlantic. We'll have more on that coming up on the weather segment of the Peter Channel Morning News. Professional mixed martial artist Kimball Sliced at age of 42 on Monday. Belly and MMA announced. Amarat, Fallujah, Iraq. When Iraq is filled with risking escape from the sprawled bullet from Fallujah made it as far as the Euphrates River. Yamano Tanuka, the 70-year-old who spent nights in a Japanese force after being left by his parents as punishment, exits the hospital. London, Scotland's First Minister Nicola Sturgeon has been named one of the world's most powerful women on Forbes annual list. Washington asks one of the recent campaign to purchase candidates train one of its own fighters after one of the terror group's top commanders was killed according to an opposition group with sources inside Syria. Layman, former World Bank executive Pablo Kaczynski is holding the less than 1% over Keiko Fujimori in Peru's presidential election. Warsaw, Poland. NATO launched on Monday the largest war game exercise in Egypt since the end of the Cold War. Miami, the Gorilla show was dead by the Cincinnati after 3 years boy fell into the enclosure. The nation's public schools suspended significantly fewer students in 2014 than they did in 2012, according to new federal data released Tuesday, but stock racial gaps persisted and not on the way. Students were disciplined but also did access. Attorney General Kamala Harris, President of the California Senate, inspected the events in the general election against fellow Democrat Loretta Sanchez. It'll be a great day when our schools get the money they need in Air Force to hold a sale of the buyer bomber. Went to the old public circle of Facade on Volvos as Peppermint showed De Blasio asked for himself, not transgenders. U.S. stocks and advance with the S&P 500 index regained the 7x5s. Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen signaled the company is still striving enough to withstand the gradual increase in the borrowing cost despite recent signs of slow job growth. Gold prices are language and is just in a mode after they showed Atlantic Stadium event to the 4 months following, based off U.S. jobs data. Mellon Pharma reported the Q1 EPS of $1.27, 10 cents worse than the analyst estimated of $1.37. Revenue the quarter came at $2.37 billion versus the country's estimated at $2.39 billion. John Tuesday stopped in the region, invested in dedicated funded and all important dividend and bolstered its argument that a $54 billion acquisition of BG in the fall oil market was not a misstep. Washington, increase in demand and pressure on the nation's refiners have left U.S. consumers paying the highest so far for the year of gasoline and market report finds. Luxembourg, when they have decided a commitment to offshore wind the Irish government said we could realize its true potential for regional collaboration. Take a look at the U.S. stocks. The Dow, 79.20.33 up 132.27. S&P 500, 2109.41. The Nasdaq, 4,968.71. Alright, take a look at local news. In North Attleboro, after months of making the case of the artificial turf field in high school, the school department secured money to start the project at Monday's annual town meeting. Plainville, residents at Monday's annual town meeting voted to absolutely use $2 million of its time for its refund of the Plainwood Park considered to plan for a new tunnel and public safety building. Boston officials say Boston supermarket been cited by the city after a goat's carcass was brought to be butchered. Boston Inspector Service says it's America's food basket. In Mattapan was given a violation notice after the agency received a complaint filed a video of the carcass being brought to the store. The agency said the video was posted on YouTube Saturday and showed the meat being unloaded from a pickup truck and taken to the store by the employee. Boston, New England governors are coming together to discuss ways to confront the opioid addiction crisis. At the turn of the 19th century, German naturalist Alexander Van Humboldt was exploring South America when he hired a group of local fishermen to collect electric eels for him. Berlin, Stone Age people from the ancient sea moved into the central summit of Europe some 8,000 years ago and introduced agriculture to continents still dominated at the time by hunter-gatherer scientists said. MIT and Harvard University have launched a new project while show up to the camera all the telescope data Earth collects to create a true original black hole. Charles Koch has been taken up for more than an hour about Marcus Plopsy and why he has spent hundreds of millions of dollars to fund university research, particularly in governments when the subject turns to climate change. Sleep deprivation in the normal cycle may increase the risk of heart disease, especially ship workers are still. Studies suggest any blend that causes healthy fats such as olive oil nuts is likely to cause weight gain and new study finds. Peter Chell News Hub 706 on this Tuesday morning. Time out for spot support. Not lets the softball team moving on to the semis and talked to them with Edmonton after a 2-1 victory over Archbishop Williams in 12 innings 2-1. While the Nautilus baseball team kept it short 3-2, lost at midway to end their season. Tonight, the Boston Red Sox will be out in San Francisco taking on the San Francisco Giants. Game time 10:15 p.m., which is 7:15 p.m. their time. San Jose, California, as the Pittsburgh Penguins packed another. Here at the SAP Center, San Jose ready to home. They did so knowing that a number of troops meeting ready for the same trip, the Stanley Cup. Los Angeles after sweeping the land, Braves on the weekend. The Los Angeles Dodgers at the bat silence, and the winning streak snapped. President Obama will visit Poland, Spain in July, welcoming a final trip to Europe. A continent has offered President Obama an opportunity during his presidency. Peter Children's Times, now 7:07 on this. To the morning, it's time now for a Trevor report on this to the morning. Let's start off down in Rhode Island, where 95 on the southbound side of its logo from Route 10 in Crescent all the way to Route 37 of the Wark. Down in southeastern Massachusetts and Rhode Route 6 from Southern Orleans, 20 from Borden from Little on 20 to the northbound side, also at a more stretch. 95 on the northbound side, so from 123 in Attleboro all the way to Route 295 in Attleboro. Then hit break again from Route 1 in Sharon all the way out to Route 120 in Canton. 24 on the northbound side, so from Route 27 in Brockton all the way to Route 120 in Canton. Route 3 on the northbound side, so from 33 in Higgball all the way to the Braintree Split. 120 on the northbound side, also from 37 to the Braintree Split. 120 on the northbound side, so from Route 37 in Braintree all the way to Route 24 in Canton. And then hit breaks again from Route 195 in Canton all the way at the Route 20 Waltham. 120 southbound side, slow from 140 in Peabody all the way at the Reading and then hit breaks again from Route 3 Burlington all the way to Route 2 in Lexington. San Francisco on the northbound side, slow from Route 128 in Canton all the way at the San Francisco, slow from Route 3 Braintree all the way to the Mass Pike. Mass Pike on the westbound side, slow from Logan Airport all the way at the South Boston. Mass Pike on the eastbound side, San Miguel from Westboro all the way at the Natick, hit breaks again from 120 and Western all the way at the Newton, and hit breaks again from Austin Branch all the way up to the Pruitt Tunnel. Route 20 in the eastbound side, slow from Route 60 Belmont all the way to Fresh Parkway Cambridge. 93 in the southbound side, slow from 485 and all the way at 125 North End, and hit breaks again from Reddit all the way at the Nazaken Bridge in Boston. 95 on the southbound side, and then slow from Route 1 in Peabody to Route 128. Route 3 in the southbound side, go from 40 in Westford all the way at the Route 3 Brill, hit breaks again before Route 120 in Burlington. 290 spot side, Sligo before, 495 Melbourne, 290 spot side, Wilson, 122 in Worcester. 91 in the north side, Wilson, 291 in Springfield. 93 in the north side, Wilson before, 293 in Manchester, 93 in south side, Sort of Dairy Stretch. But Vermont, New Hampshire, made our ways out. Looking at 291 on the west side, so from I-84 all the way to I-91. I-91 in the south side, so after 291 in Northford. I-84 on the west side, and it's slow before Route 80 in Waterbury. Merritt Parkway is southbound side is so from Milford all the way at the Stafford. 95 on the southbound side, so from Milford all the way at the Stafford. And now ways about with New York City, slow go, but I-87 on the southbound side, and it's slow before 787 in Troy. Oh, wait, let's take a look at MBT8 alerts at 7:10. Subway system is looking good on the Commuter Rail, Fitchburg Line train 491, 6.5 from North Station to Departure. North Station to Departure at 10:50 minutes beyond schedule. And on the ferries, they are looking good. Peter Chell Newsom, 7-11 on this. To the board, and it started off a weather report, the latest on Tropical Storm Colin. And the 5 a.m. advisories, 31.6 to the north, 8.6 to the west. Mountains 8, winds 50 miles an hour. Moving to the northeast at 31 miles an hour. Public advisory, center of a low call moving to the east, Atlantic east to the Georgia coast. The tropical warning is discontinued along the Atlantic coast of Afghanistan, Georgia, and along the Gulf Coast of Florida. Summary watches warning is in effect, and tropical warning is in effect for Afghanistan, Georgia to Oregon, Inlet, North Carolina. Tropical warning means that tropical conditions are expected somewhere with a warning area. For storm information specific area, please include possible inland watches and warnings. Please monitor the project issued by a local National Weather Service forecast office at 5 a.m. The center of tropical storm Colin was located in new longitude 31.6 to the north, longitude 18.6 to the west. Colin is moving toward the northeast to 31 miles an hour. And this motion is expected to continue with an increase in force speed tonight. On the forecast track, the center of Colin should move near parallel to the coast of the southeast of the United States today. However, it is well important to note that the strongest winds and heaviest rains are well moving from the center. Reports from the Air Force Reserve Hurricane Center's aircraft and ship data indicate that maximum sustained winds are near 50 miles an hour with higher gusts. Some increase in strength is expected during this next 24 hours. However, Colin is expected to lose tropical cyclones that currents by tonight. Tropical force winds are set upwards up to 230 miles, mainly to the southeast of the center. The estimated minimum central pressure 1,002 millibars. Anyway, buoy forward 008 recently reported pressure 1,002 millibars at 29.59 inches. Hazard Federal rainfall. Colin is expected to produce additional rainfall amounts of 1 to 3 inches across eastern North Carolina and central Florida for today. Rainfall is expected to diminish across northern Florida, coastal Georgia, and eastern South Carolina this morning. Storm surge. These combination of storm surge and the tide will cause normally dry areas near the coast to be flooded by rancid water. The water could reach the fallen heights above the ground if the rate surge occurs at the time of high tide. Indian Pass to Tampa Bay, 1 to 3 feet with slight higher. Remember, possible a few locations in Tampa Bay. South to Florida Bay, 1 to 2 feet. Localized coastal flooded dangerous snowfall possible along the Atlantic coast from Florida to North Carolina within the tropical storm border area. The surge along the Florida Gulf Coast should diminish today. The deepest water will occur along the immediate coast. Surge-related flooding depends on the relative timing of the surge and the tidal cycle can vary greatly over a short distance. For information specific to your area, please see product issued by the local National Weather Service forecast office. Wind tropical conditions can occur over the ports of the water area today, and a tornado or two will be very possible across parts of the coastal Carolinas today. And we're going to take a look at the latest alert, latest radar. And this is remnants of Colin. On the range, showers stretching way up the Jersey, so stretching it in. The southeastern Virginia coast is stretching off the Carolinas and off the Georgia and stretching all the way down through central Florida from South State and headed down to Tampa and then out to the Gulf of Mexico. Meanwhile, closer to home, we got a lot of rain showers stretching from Gloucester, stretching in the Newburyport down to Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and stretching all the way up into New Hampshire and down to eastern and northern portions of Vermont and up to upstate New York and out of the southern Quebec and down to northwestern portions of Maine. And this is a lot of rain showers around the Albany area, stretching to northwestern Massachusetts and down to northwestern portions of Vermont, And a lot of rain showers southeastern of Oneida, New York. And look at that. Heavy bands of showers from Milford, New Hampshire, stretching all the way up the east to where? East to Bradford and Salisbury, New Hampshire. And we're going to time to see where they're going to be headed. Headed towards the northeast. So, Hooksett, Deerfield, Stratford, Rochester, New Hampshire. You're next for Atlanta Storm. Alright, 7-day forecast goes like this for today. We're going to have chance of showers and thunderstorms after 3 p.m. Some storms put a small and gusty winds. Mostly coast guard about 82 degrees. Lots of wind increase at 6 to 11 miles in the morning. West coast gusts at 25 miles an hour. Temptation 40%. New rain for months less than 7 days. Check them out about possible thunderstorms today. Check the showers and thunderstorms May before 11 p.m. Some storms produce small and gusty winds. Mostly coast guards. The gradually becoming most good guard about 57 degrees southwest about 5 to 7 miles an hour. Becoming the northwest by evening. Temptation 40%. New rain for months less than 7 days. Check them out about possible thunderstorms. One day, showers and thunderstorms likely made between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. Some storms produce small and gusty winds. Mostly has come at 71 degrees. Winds about 8 to 11 miles, gusts at 22 miles an hour. Temptation 6%. New rain from about 3 to 10 quarter days to have about possible thunderstorms. One night, scattered showers and thunderstorms before midnight. The isolated showers between midnight and 1 a.m. Most gusts go to about 50 degrees. Winds about 8 to 10 miles, gusts at 23 miles an hour. Temptation 30%. New winds about less than 10 days to have about possible thunderstorms. Thursday, parts of the podcast gusts. How about 60 miles by 50 degrees? Winds about 11 to 13 miles an hour. Friday, mostly steady podcast committed 60 miles by 50 degrees. Saturday, check the showers after 3 p.m. Most gusts about 72 to about 56 degrees. Temptation 30%, up to 50% by Saturday night. Sunday, check the showers. Parts of the most gusts about 60 about 54 degrees. Temptation 50%, 30% by Saturday night. And for Monday, parts gusts about 72 degrees. Good, on your 68 degrees podcast guys within 78%, 20 degrees Celsius. And that's going to be for the Peter Channel morning news on this June 7th, 2016 on a Tuesday. Peter was even good morning with good positive. Have a good day.